Right then folks, we've done a bit more experimenting. The 1/2 inch pulley on the flywheel of the engine is driving a 1 inch pulley, which in turn is driving a 3 inch pulley, and then that in turn is driving a 1/2 inch pulley on the dynamo. Now I've lost a bit of the steam pressure now. You can see the lights flickering a little. They were better than that. So I'm going to stop the engine, let it build up a bit more steam and see how we get on. Last check was around 4 volts. Folks, it's just starting to blow off. We'll try again. Switch this light out. So much better. Not quite as bright as using batteries, but not too bad. I'll just nip over here and see what we're getting out of it. It's fluctuating quite a bit. Under load does fluctuate. Just under 3, 2.9. Quite steady there at 2.89. So not too bad. I don't know how much lighting up it's going to do. There will be 6 on each floor, 2 by the wing, so there's 6. Well, seems to have picked up a bit and settled down now, the engine, and holding 2.9, just under 3 volts, quite steadily. So we'll let it run its course. It's a bit darker now. I'll just put this light back on. You can probably see here I'm adding some more plates because the exhaust is going straight at that. I'm going to check the models that will be the other side of that. All the holes will be filled with bolts to stop the exhaust going through, and all the other shielding is there again to either heat shield, a bit of a heat shield, or to stop oil and exhaust steam going onto the electrics and the pulleys, prevent slipping as much as possible. As you can see folks, it is now driving. Well, you can't see, but you see the lights are on. The first intermediate pulley is now a 1/2 inch and it's struggling to drive the 3 inch pulley. So at speed anyway, you can see it's chugging along quite nicely, and it does build up a decent head of steam. There we go, it's just died again. So we may have to go back to the 1 inch pulley. Right folks, mess got a little bit wet. Now it's reignited at the safety valve end. It's just bubbling along, full pressure, just a little bit over, a little bit of pressure being released from the safety valve, right on the button if you like. That's with the first intermediate pulley 1/2 inch, and it's running nicely, but you can see a slight flicker. But once it gets going, as long as that mess don't get wet, which with the extra guard I'm going to put on, that might help that a bit. I'm going to I think we're going to leave it with the 1/2 inch first intermediate pulley, but at the show take the 1 inch with us, because it seems to be a little bit more sorted, a bit more, I don't know, steady with that 1 inch pulley as a first intermediate pulley. As you can see, I've put a bit more in the way of shielding around to protect the models on display and the cable. I'm going to put a bit more around there, but it's been going well now since the mess picked up, and currently, pardon the pun, 2.84 volts. So you get the full effect. Just a slight shimmer, but it does work, as you can see with I'm loath to go down the gear route to speed things up for the dynamo, because the extra friction of the gears, and I don't think the engine's going to have much more torque to give, to be honest. But yeah, working. But it'll do, it'll do. We just decided we would stick with the first intermediate pulley as a 1/2 inch or a 1 inch. There's the engine driving the 1/2 inch pulley on a slightly wonky axle. That comes through to this 3 inch, and then that 3 inch drives a 1 inch, sorry, a 1/2 inch, as you can just see on the dynamo. Get a bit steamed up, but you get the idea. Worked better than I thought. Initially I thought it was going to be pretty poor, but not too bad. Just a few trials with a few pulleys today, and I may revert back to a 1 inch pulley there. Just seems to drive the whole setup more positively. Here you can see the volts, 2.8584, going quite nicely. And there's the battery box, which will be kept and used when it's not under steam. I'll put batteries in it, and the battery box will go in there.